Today we're out here conducting the Joint Forcible Entry Exercise.
We're participating in JFEX 1005 at Pope Air Force Base.
This is going to be one of our bigger JFEXs this week.
And it's just what you got to go through. It's what we train for. Everybody's getting training from maintenance, the Army, to the Air Force.
Good safety check, please.
JFEX, or the Joint Forcible Entry Exercise, is an opportunity at the brigade combat team level to rehearse and execute forcible entry operations to give a chance for battalions and the brigade combat team with enabler support to go in and exercise in a simulated, semi-permissive or non-permissive environment, the opportunity to train to key mission essential tasks for the unit.
Land.
The PLFs, parachute landing fall.
Rear left.
Just to make sure that you're comfortable with falling out of the plane, and as soon as you get to your destination onto the ground, you're able to fall without hurting yourself. It's kind of like a boat effect, so that way when you fall, you kind of just roll over yourself instead of hitting smack dab on the floor. We make sure that we know what we're doing, make sure that we know how to fall, and that we know all the safety requirements that we need before the jump.
I've been a jump master for a little over 2 years. I've been on several airborne operations. I'm also the master jump master for my battalion. We're training on how to load the aircraft, how to properly hand the static line, control of the reserve parachute, exiting the aircraft, and safely landing one side of the aircraft.
For a normal joint forcible entry exercise, we'll have somewhere in the vicinity of 11 to 1,600 people that will jump in for the actual tactical scenario. When you factor in the amount of support that it takes to pull off an operation like this, you're dealing with approximately 2,500 to 3,000 people engaged in the planning and the execution of that. It covers military occupational specialties, from your infantryman on the ground that's actually jumping from the plane and moving to assault objectives to and all the sustainers out there in order to allow the maneuver guys to go out and conduct their training.
The Air Force's role in JFEX is to support the Army in employing their global response force, making sure they're proficient and ready anytime America needs to call on them, and also here to integrate C-17, C-130, and all mobility Air Force assets together and move forward in our integration as well.
The main concept of airborne operation is to conduct an airborne operation to take over an airfield. We will set up in assembly points, and then we will conduct 100% accountability and then move out to our prospective missions. Like, we all have different things we're going to do on the airfield.
What I'm doing right now is I'm getting all of my air items off of my rucksack so I can get them all accounted for.
Who are you?
Airborne warfare is very dynamic and very complex because, unlike other forms of insertion into an operating environment, the airborne, by its nature, creates a scatter plan. Every unit on the ground has an assigned piece of terrain that they will fall in on, and each of those units, companies and battalions, will inherit a piece of terrain. You'll have 1,100 jumpers scattered across 5 kilometers of drop zone, and every one of them knows where they're moving to in the dark. As much as it may look a bit unorganized from the initial insertion, it works very well.
They're moving out at this time. Pass that down.
We have JFEXs every 2 months. I call it the bread and butter. You know, we're the 82nd Airborne, and our task is actually procedure of airfields and then to establish the enlargement. It's a great exercise.
Hey, get in the wood line.
This has been the best exercise of fiscal year 10 thus far for JFEX. Look forward to doing this in the real world again.